Hello, Fabius, fourth grade, and welcome to our additional practice 6-7. All right, we are solving multi-step problems. A family brought 20 gallons of lemonade to a community picnic. People drank 98 one-pint servings. How many whole gallons of lemonade did the family have left? So we need to use some things over here to solve this. 1 gallon is equal to 8 one-pint servings. So first you have to find and solve the first hidden question. This first hidden question was, how many one-pint servings did the family bring? So if B equals the servings brought, B equals 20 times 8. 20 times 8 is 160. So the family brought 160 one-pint servings. Then we need to find and solve the second hidden question. How many one-pint servings of lemonade did the family have left? All right, so if S equals the servings left, we have to take 160 minus the 98 that they drank, and that gives us 62. They had 62 one-pint servings left. Now, the last step we can go to is in our original question up here of how many whole gallons of lemonade did the family have left? So if G equals the gallons that they had left, we could say 62 one-pint servings divided by 8 one-pint servings is going to tell us how many gallons that is. So 62 divided by 8 equals 7 with a remainder of 6. So the family had 7 whole gallons of lemonade left. All right, for numbers 1 through 2, we're going to solve each multi-step problem and write an equation to help us. All right, so Kareem has 216 role-playing game cards. His goal is to collect all 15 sets of cards. There are 72 cards in a set. How many more cards does Kareem need to reach his goal? Okay, so we know that there's 216 of these game cards that he wants to get. That's not what he has, that's how many there are. His goal, though, is to collect all 15 sets of cards. We also know that there's 72 cards in a set. Our question is, how many more cards does Kareem need to reach his goal? So we need to take some steps before we can answer our final question. All right, so we know that there's 72 cards in a set. He wants to collect all 15 sets. So first, to see how much he would get if he to see how much cards there are total, I have to know what 72 times 15 is, because there's 15 sets of cards, 72 cards in each set. So your first one we're figuring out is 72 times 15. That's going to tell me how many total cards there are. So we'll just put C for cards. All right, off to the side. Let's create an area model. 72, 15. All right. 10 times 70, 700. 10 times 2, 20. 5 times 70, 350. 5 times 2, 10. Now I'm going to take my partial products and add them all together. I have 700, 350, 20, and 10. All right, let's add those up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 7 plus 3 is 10. So I know now that cards C is equal to 1,080. That tells me how many cards there are altogether. Now, I know that Kareem, okay, he has 216 cards. It is asking me how many more cards does Kareem need to reach his goal. So if there's a total of 1,080 cards and Kareem only has 216, if I want to find out how many more cards he needs, I have to take the total amount of cards 1,080, and subtract it by the amount that he already has. This will let me know how many more he needs to collect. All right, 0 minus 6. Oh, can't do that. I need to regroup. I'm taking this 8 tens. I'm borrowing one of them. So I'm regrouping one of them. So I have 7 left, and I regroup 10 over here. 10 minus 6 is 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. 0 minus 2. Once again, I can't do that. So I need to go over here and borrow, leaving this with none left. 10 over here. 10 minus 2 is 8. So I get 864. But 864 what? Cards. He needs 864 cards. All right, number 2. Noella has 144 role-playing cards. She and her friends buy another set that costs $27, and Noella pays $9. They evenly split the cost and the 72 cards in the set. How many cards does Noella have after she buys part of the set with her friends? So I need you to work it out just like we did this first one. Identify what they're trying to ask you before you can solve this final question. All right, meet you on the back. Number 3, Pablo has $50 to spend at the Book Nook. He buys 2 magazines. How many $9 books can Pablo buy? Write one or more equations to show how you solved and tell what your variables represent. So if we look over here, the Book Nook, today's specials, they have magazines for $6 each, and selected books are $9 each. Okay, if he has $50 to spend, he buys 2 magazines. Those magazines each cost $6. How many $9 books can he buy with what's left over after he purchases those magazines? Number 4, Tina practiced piano for 15 hours last month and 45 hours this month. Use multiplication to write a statement comparing the hours Tina practiced during the 2 months. So you need to figure out how much for this last month, how much for this month, then compare them. Use addition to write a statement comparing the hours Tina practiced during the 2 months. Number 5, Ariana washed the dishes 4 times as much as her brother did last month. Her brother washed the dishes 8 times. Ariana said she could multiply 3 times 8 to find out how many more times she washed the dishes than her brother. Is Ariana correct? Explain. So if she's correct, then you need to solve it and prove it. But if she's incorrect, you need to solve it how it should be solved. Number 6, Raj collected 17 leaves during the field trip. His goal is to collect 5 times as many leaves. His friend Jackson gave him 19 leaves. How many more leaves does Raj need? Explain how you solve and use one or more equations in your explanation. So, we know that he collected 17 leaves. His goal is to collect 5 times as many leaves. If his friend Jackson gave him 19, how many more would he need to reach his goal? All right, you got this. Good luck.